right triangle, so that might give you a hint of what to draw. But the angle of elevation from point A, so I'm going to draw the ground. You can't see anything? Ta-da! The angle of elevation from point A, this is point A, to the top of a cliff. So you can draw your own cliff. This is my cliff. Do you like my cliff? Thank you for liking my cliff. So the angle of elevation from point A to the top. So here's the top of my cliff. What are you laughing at? You want me to show your pictures when you guys make your quizzes? Huh? So the angle, which is inside the triangle from A to the top, so now it's going from this direction to this direction, of the cliff is 34 degrees. Now think about it. An angle of elevation, an elevator, I need to take an elevator to go up to something very high. If point A is 1,000 feet from the base, so from point A to the base of the cliff, the base means bottom, foot. Where's your foot? It is at the bottom of your body. So it tells me that is 1,000 feet. How high is the cliff? So how tall is the cliff? I'm going to put X there because the question is how high is the cliff. There's my X. Raise your hand if your picture looks like that. And then we can just use our trig functions. Here's my starting point, the angle. Class, what side do you have there? Over here is the... And over here is the... Partner A, tell partner B which trig function are you going to use and why. Ready, set, go. Class, on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. No hypotenuse, right? There's no number, there's no X, there's no number, so we're going to cross off all the H's. And you're left with tangent. Okay, so what's helpful too is I'm gonna put this here. So you're like totally lost. Right next to the trig function, you put angles, and over here it's a ratio of the sides. Tangent of what angle, class? So tangent of 34 degrees equals which two sides? So opposite over the adjacent, you said, was X over the adjacent side, which is 1,000. So I have tangent of 34 degrees. Class, what do I do next? How do I solve for X? We're going to cross multiply. Class, are we going to take the inverse here? I've been hearing this from students. You do not take the inverse here. You're not taking the inverse because inverse is only used to find a angle, not a side length. That's a side. We're going to what? Cross multiply. Tangent of 34 degrees times 1,000 equals X. Let's put that into our calculators. It doesn't tell us where to round. I do notice that this has no decimals, so you can also round to the nearest whole. That's a good hint right there. So I have lots of parentheses. Tangent 34 times 1,000. That's my calculator ready equation. And I get what? 675. So approximately 675 feet. That's a pretty big cliff. Every 10 feet is one floor, so this is like 68 floors. We can't. Zoomed out. Now you can see 675 feet. So 10 feet per floor, so that's like 67 floors. That's a really big cliff, isn't it? So draw a picture Pay attention, this problem has angle of elevation, so from A looking up.